Hello everyone, thank you for joining me here. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. Last video, we were able to come up with this simple data set for a demo company into stationery, and we were able to explore the date function, switch, run between, and if functions. Today, this is the demo of what we will be doing today. We're performing some simple calculation using the someif function and someifs to know the quantity sold per item and sales per item. Also sales by month for each item. And here we have this combo box for drop down selection to know sales per item in each month. You can see it automatically changes based on the selection. We have our conditional formatting here. So let's jump in right here to begin our calculations and analysis. So first of all, what I'm going to do here is to convert this range into a table, and I'm going to show you why it is necessary to convert a range into a table for automatic update whenever you add another data to your table. Now you can click on any of the cells within your range and go to format as table, or you can simply just press Ctrl T from your keyboard and make sure you select this checkbox, my table has headers, and click on OK. Now the next thing we want to do is to get the month name from this other date, and also to extract the year from the other dates for our analysis process. So let's jump in right here now. We have month, and using the month function, other dates, you press OK. Now you can see this is the essence of using your table. The next thing is the month name. So we want to know if it is 12, that should be December, and if it is 7, that should be July. So I'm going to be using the switch function, which I believe you guys are familiar with now. Switch. I want to switch this expression, that is month. So if it is 1, it's going to be switched to January. Then if it is 2, it's going to be switched to February, and so on. Sorry, I'm not done yet. So 9 will be September. So we're good to go. Good. Now let's get to the year using the year function. So we are 2015, so that's how it works. So let's proceed to our calculation and analysis now. Let's create another sheet and call it calculation. Now we want to calculate, summarize our products based on quantity sold and sales made per each product. Now to get the unique product from our column here, you can come here and use the unique function. But in 2019 we don't have unique function in 2019. But if you are using Office 365, or if you are using Google Sheets, you can use this function to get the distinct products in your column. But here I'm going to use a trick to get our unique products. All I need to do is to select my product using Ctrl Shift down arrow, press Ctrl C and paste it right here, Ctrl V to paste. While all this is being selected, it comes to the data. Under the sort and filter subcategory, you click on advanced. Make sure you select this, copy to another location, then copy to where do you want to paste your result, and select this, and make sure you check this unique records on the click on OK. Now we have our distinct record. We have a unique products here. So you can see the binder is being repeated twice. So I'm going to delete this one, and I don't need this column again. All I need to do is delete. Now I'm going to clear the formatting here, clear format, and make sure I just move this one up a bit and call it products. Then I want to know the quantity sold and sales per product. Now to get quantity sold per product, I'm going to use the someif function. Now it has three arguments here, which is range, criteria, and summary. The range is where am I looking at. So I'm looking from this column here, which is the products column here, then followed by comma. Then what am I looking for is pen within that column, that is products column. Then the sum range, what I want to sum is units sold. Then press enter to get my result. That is, I have 502 pens that were sold as far as the company is concerned in the year 2014 and 2015. So I'm gonna autofill this to get result for the rest. Now that is, I have 723 that were sold. That's binder. With the next thing is sales. I'm going to use someif, the same thing. So my range is products, comma, and comma, and this time around is going to be sales. Press enter to feed, and you can change this on to that. We are done for this. The next thing we're going to do here is copy this and paste, and all we want to do now is to know for each month. You can just drag this to December. Let's format this. Now we want to know sales per product in each month. Now this time around we'll be using our someif function. Now in the case of someif, it works for multiple when you have multiple criteria, while someif only work when you have a single criteria. Now let's move on now. In the case of someifs, we are looking for the sum ring, that is the column to be summed. First thing we want to sum is our cells, followed by comma. Then the next thing is criteria range. We are looking for is the products. Then what is our criteria is pen. And the next thing is the second criteria. We are looking for the month is month name, comma, and we are looking for January. Now before I proceed, I'm going to lock this section, this column here, that is our criteria, that is our data. The column is known as sum. We call it absolute referencing in Excel. We have relative referencing and absolute referencing. I'm going to cover that in my next tutorial in detail. Now I'm going to press F4 on my keyboard to lock that cell. Then the next thing I'm going to lock this one too. Why? For my criteria, I'm going to lock only the column. So it's going to be B12, B13, between shift to C12. I only just lock the column to be moving down the row. Then this one, I'm moving from C11. Instead of going to from C11 to C12, I only want to move from C. I'm moving the column from C to D to E to F based on the month. So I'm going to lock this. So that will be C11, D11, E11. So I'm going to explain everything in details in my next tutorial. So for now, let's just keep moving on. So the next thing, I'm going to press enter. So that means I have $81.559 for this product. So all I need to do is to drop down. That means for January, pen set has no sale, binder for January has no sale. So I'm going to click this and autofill. Sorry, it didn't work. So let's try and see. Good. All I need to do again here, I need to lock this one and make it absolute. Press enter, lock down, and autofill. Good. So that's how it works. The next thing we need to do, you can just highlight everything and come it to your accounting format. So we are good to go. I hope you all understand this. The next thing is, let's try to get it to perform a calculation based on the years selected. Now let's just call this one by year. Good. So let me try to copy this. C and Ctrl V. There, quantity, so, and we have sales. So let me try to insert. I can now say quantity sold and sales. year. Now I'm going to leave it like this. So our dynamic selection will give us a dynamic title. So let me leave it like that. The next thing I want to do, let me just try to hold this, and also let me have this too, to C and Control V. January to December. You can, let me call it insert. Let's say this is going to be sales by month. Or year. Just leave it like that for now. So the next thing we want to do now is how to insert our combo box. So let's go right in now. So to insert your combo box, you have to have this menu enabled, developer menu. If you don't have this menu, all you need to do is you have to come to File, come to Options. In your options, you come to your Customize ribbon, and you can see under the main tabs, you have to make sure that your developer is checked. So once you do that, click on OK. So that's how it works. Now, under the controls, we come to Insert. We have two categories. We have Form Controls and Active X Controls. Under your form categories, your form controls, you look for combo box, that is form control. Click on this, drag. Seems it's too long. Good. Now you can come here and we have 2014. You can do it separately, but for this tutorial, let me just try to play it like this. 2015. Now all you need to do, you right click on this combo box, come to Format Control, and under your Format Control dialog box, we have this Control tab. Is looking for the input range. Your input range is this. You can see it automatically locked this cell, so that is absolutely referencing. Then where do you want to insert your result? That is cell link. That is where your output is going. I'm going to click here, then I'm going to click on OK. Good. So it's as if you're not seeing anything now. Let's now click here. See, we have this 2014. You can see we have our output here that come here. I have 2015. It's giving me the serial number, that is the position, that is giving me the position where the output, that is, if I select 2014, it's giving me the position is number 1, and if I select 2015, it's giving me the position of number 2. So that's how it works. So for me to now get the accurate selection, that is, okay, if it is 1, that is 2014. If it is 2, that is 2015. So I'm going to use another function called index. Now let me now say, let me try to pull it here. That is selected year. Just trying to do it. Let me just put it selected here. That will be equals to index. You can see index It returns a value or reference of the cell at the intersection of a particular row and column in a given range. So I'm looking for an array, the row column, that is the row number or the column number. So that's like I say this is one, that is row number one, row number two. Now I'm looking for this array, and what I'm looking for by comma, the row number is this. So I don't want this to be moving. Let me just try to lock this. If this one lock, and also this one, I'm gonna lock this one too. And press enter. You can see it now. So that's my selected here. So if I change this one, 2015, you can see it has changed to 2015. So that's how it was. Good. Now let's move on to our calculation proper. So I want to go to quantity sold and sales per item in each year. Now I'm going to come here. I'm going to use my sum ifs. Now we are having multiple criteria, and sum range is going to be my data. Sum range is going to be units sold, comma. The next thing I'm looking for is products, comma, and my criteria is this. And the next thing is the criteria number 2, which is my year. That is year here. And the next thing is I'm looking for this column. I'm gonna lock it and press enter. The next thing is gonna drop down, and same thing goes for sales. Sum ifs, my sum range is gonna be sales this time around, sales, and I'm looking for products, then my criteria here is this cell. Then a second criteria that I'm looking for is year, and my criteria is this cell. To lock it and press enter. Like that. So that's how it works. I'm going to change this one back to accounting format. Now let's see how it works. Now if I come here and change, you can see. Good. Beautiful. So we can proceed. Now the next thing we're going to do here again, so we want to get, here we are having 3 criteria here. That is sum ifs. We are looking for our sum range, that's our sales. We have sales, comma, products, comma, and here. Then the second criteria is our month. That is month name. Come here, this. The next thing is our year, and this set. Now lock this one. Now don't forget to lock this lock this range, also this range, and also this range. We are good to go. Press enter. So let's try to see what's going on there. Now I'm going to make sure only this. See, good, it works. Now let's try is how you make mistake, then you try to figure out your mistake. Now, that means for 2014, pen has no sale in January. So it's only cabinet that has a sale in January. So let's try to make a selection here, 2015. You can see, wow, beautiful. So that's how it works. Then all you need to do is convert it to accounting. That means no sale, no sale, no sale, no sale. Now the next thing we need to do is the dynamic title here. Since we have quantity sold and sales, so it should be sales in the year, be 2014 or 2015. So all we need to do here, let me insert another cell, so another row. Sorry. So let me move this one up. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to concatenate this cell and this cell together. So there are two ways to use to concatenate. You can use this function concat. You can say concatenate a list or range of text strings. I'm going to concatenate this cell of this one and press enter. So you can see all I need to do here, come here, I press space bar and make sure it's okay. So that is quantity sold and sales in the year 2015. So if I select this and say I have 2014, so the same thing goes. Let me move this one up. Now another method I can use is to use my hand symbol. I'll press this and this, not this. Okay, now come here, the space bar to make it more readable. That's how it goes. So I have sales, so I can just come here and change my text back to white to hide it. Good. So okay, beautiful. So the same thing, come here, okay, hide everything to make sure everything's fine. Now the next thing we want to do is to apply conditional formatting. Your conditional formatting, you can set any target. Okay, you want to say which of the products that actually meets with your sales target. Let's say our target is 500. Now you want to highlight for each product that meets a target in a particular month. All you need to do is to come here, select all your range and come to conditional formatting, highlight sales rules greater than. So you want to say sales that are greater than 500. So change the selection with green fill with dark red text. So you click on OK. That means in February, pen set is greater than 500, and likewise cabinet is in January is greater than 500. Come to come over here, make a selection and continue, so you can see it changes. So that's how it works. I hope you have gain one or two things. Then you can try to make, okay, in 2015 which product has the highest sales, then which product is more sold. You can do your analysis further. For example, you want to check, okay, in 2015 the highest sales is cabinet, that is maximum, yeah, and quantity sold, the maximum here is binder. So you can check, you can do more analysis on that using your max function, your main function, the minimum sold, and the rest. Like that, you want to use your max function, that is top highest sale. Let me just copy it. You can do it in another sheet, but let me just do it here. Highest sales. Highest sales going to be max of this, that is cabinet, then highest quantity sold. So here is going to be max quantity. So we have 10 in 2014 uniform and see. So beautiful. If you like this video, you can do me a favor to subscribe to my channel, like this video for further notification, and I believe I'm going to come up with different exciting tutorials. Thank you for joining me. Hope to see you soon. See you at the top.